The bestie in the city travel feature took a short-lived vacation to the incredibly beautiful Thakadu River Camp, situated just over 200 kilometers outside of Johannesburg in the Northwest Province. The couple started off their morning at the Thakadu River Camp with a lovely breakfast and then a massage just before they headed out for a game drive.
So these, they are birches, and because of the habitat, they are separated from being on a higher area. But also these tribes, they serve another purpose, that the mountain zebras, because they stay higher on the ridges or on the mountain, most of the time it's hot. Like this, the heat absorbs by the rocks, dolomites for example. That heat needs to be reflected off the animal's body. Like now, they are grazing and it's very, very hot. So that heat is reflected by the white of the animal's body. Now also there's pores underneath the black stripes that helps to circulate the air in between the animal's body. So they use it to thermoregulate their own body temperature. Now the zebras, they have a good eyesight, good hearing, good sense of smell. They have a night vision. They also adapted to eat on poor conditions area. That means if the grass is dead like it is dead now, the zebras, they will still eat it. And now because they are bulk feeders, they will eat in large quantities. Now whatever they will use from the grass, and whatever they will poop it out, they will poop it out, and still also as a poop they will eat it.
Oh, ew.
Because the elephant, they are what you call the matriarch society. Now the group is made up of only females in there, the adults. Now the only males that will be there are younger, less than 10 years of age, because those males, they are not yet, the body hasn't changed to tell them something different. Now as soon as he's about 10, 15, it's either he voluntarily get out of the group, or he's been chased by the matriarch to be with the other bulls, to be with the dominant bulls, big bulls, 30, 45, 50 years, to teach them how the social structure of the elephant goes. How do you tell a male from a female? We look at the two at the back. Without looking at the belly button, you look at their heads, you look at their horns. He does, the one on our side, he does have straight horns up, and she on the other side has got smaller horns, and he doesn't have the hair on, or the fur on the head. She does have tufts of on the head, like me, Kinamuriri, but Basadi Batwara Pondo. Yeah, key difference, a thing. But also the more it grows older, he will be 5.5 meters tall, and then she will be 4.5 meters tall. And the one on the right is a male, the one on the left is a female. Yeah. And now if you look between his eyes, there's like a bump. Yeah, that bump, it will grow a bit bigger than that, because now they will now and then eat bones, or really suck bones, not really eating it, sucking bones, or eating the hyena poo because of the calcium. They're still small boys, roughly about 3 years. This wound, it is what happens to a man who wants to be not hunt, who wants to breed. This man, he wants to breed. This man, he wants to show the other lions, I am strong. They were involved in a fight 2 days ago with the 7-year-old males. Now, his mane is small. That is why on the lions, from the first day they start crawling, they will sort of play with each other. They start playing with daddy's tail, the daddy's ear, manes. They jump on top of each other. That is how nature makes them like that. It is like a training session, a live training session into that group.
By the way, this is Kaya Travel, the best tea, and I'm with Bay. You're not my colleague.
Yeah, no.
You are Bay.
No, I was your colleague at home.
Thank you.
At work.
At work.
That place, work.
You are now, you're on vacation.
That's
now, Aha Thakadu River Camp, that's where we are. And we are now, we've entered Madikwe Game Reserve. And we have been chaperoned, taught, given the history, shown paths by a great man named Lazarus. I actually insist that when you come to Aha Thakadu, insist on Lazarus.
Ask for him by name.
By name.
You see, the one amazing thing that I've seen here is that nature has managed to take care of its own. So we go out of our way to find things, but naturally, these animals are actually finding these things themselves. We've seen the giraffe, we've seen how it, how it must compensate for its big heart, how it must compensate for lack of other things. We've seen how the zebra, and do you remember we learned how the zebra also eats its own poo?
I was coming there because when you are that student in class who learns everything
and remembers it all.
And remembers it everything. So which animal eats its own poo?
Zebra.
Why?
Because it can recycle. Because it goes back and it recycles and it eats the minerals that are still left in there. Experience beautiful, refreshing, different.
Totally.
Different, eh?
Totally. Because remember, we were turned off by the drive-in.
It was so far, and we thought, oh.
And there's a lot of gravel for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that already just turns you off, and you're wondering, okay. And then you get here.
And you're blown away.
Exactly. Based on experience, what do you think?
I think I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, the food was amazing.
Yeah, the food was great.
Ooh, the food is amazing.
Yeah.
The bed is comfortable.
No. You can't say comfortable.
Okay.
That bed is not a king.
It's an emperor, you said.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, because I could at least turn twice before I touch you.
Oh, is that how long it took you? You were just, yeah. Okay.
And you see, most of the time when you see a place that says 4-star, your bar of expectations goes a little bit higher.
Yes.
It's rare when it's met.
Met and to a large extent even slightly exceeded, I think, because I thought my expectation was, bush camp.
Yeah.
So already, okay, 4-star bat, but there was no bat.
You know what I like? The fact that technology is not encouraged here.
Beautiful.
The Wi-Fi is low if you even get it. There's no TV. The only thing that is technology in the room is an aircon.
Yeah, and then your cell phone that has one bar.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, so you're forced to relax.
The first activity we did was asking for dinner at 11 o'clock at night.
And they obliged us.
I think that was an activity on its own.
No, but that, you know what? For me, they won me there. The host really obliged us. And it was not just like, okay, let me put together something. It was yum. It was a nice plate. Light, beautiful plate, which I thoroughly enjoyed. She still offered us tea at that time of the night.
So that was activity number 1.
Yeah.
And I think even though we didn't mean to test, but it kind of was, okay, big tick.
Yeah, and then breakfast came.
Breakfast blew me over. You know,
It's an event. I'm big of breakfast. Actually, I judge a place based on its breakfast.
Breakfast, exactly.
Yeah, so the breakfast was great. And guess who came to our table to take our order?
The chef.
Thank
himself.
you. Thank you.
Hello. Ooh, you had that massage?
Yeah.
Okay, I had the massage first.
Yeah.
She was lovely.
Yeah.
Gentle, very relaxing.
Very, very relaxing, yes.
Very relaxing. And then when we had lunch, there was this rice.
Cinnamon rice.
The cinnamon and somebody rice.
Yeah.
I'm making it for you. Okay.
Cool. The game drive was my highlight.
Yeah, nothing beats the game
Listen,
drive.
we've been to how many?
Nothing. We've been to quite a few, but
Yeah.
nothing beats the guide that we got. We don't call them guides. We don't call them guides here. What is Lazarus? He's
Ranger.
a game ranger. Hey.
Game ranger.
Lazarus
Knowledgeable.
was so knowledgeable about everything. You know, when he fascinated me, when we were driving back and we were talking about stars, and he was like, "No, look at that." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. And he went into it. The only one we didn't see of the big 5 was the leopard.
Yeah.
Because he's quite, they're shy and yeah. But for you to be as close as this to a lion,
That was amazing.
that was something else.
That was amazing. I mean, to see the size of that thing.
You.
When you see it on TV.
No, forget the size, the paw.
No. I looked at the paw and I thought, that's fine, let it stay there. This is just, yeah.
That for me was great. I think,
Amazing.
and I think for me, it just took it to another level.
But also, do you realize how usually when you go on a game drive, it just drives on a set path?
Yeah.
But he went into the bush.
Yes.
And he
Deeper.
was like, okay, I know he's going to go, I know that lion's going to go to the water, so let me take you there. And he went in on the other, and we got a beautiful view of this lion drinking water.
Yeah.
The very lion that was sitting, guarding its food
Yeah.
earlier, when the mom and son swapped.
Sure.
So it was.
And no, even the explanation of how they relate and why they do what they do and so on.
You know how much I learned about the animals without learning. You know, without
Yes.
sitting down and, oh my gosh, okay, so this is what a giraffe does. This is what an elephant does.
Yeah, great. No.
So
Listen,
I walked away.
You must insist on Lazarus.
Lazarus is the one.
Did you see there's
There's a landing strip.
there's a landing
I
strip.
got so excited when I saw
I
the
think
landing strip.
I think that's a great option. I would actually suggest it for you Afropolitans. Maybe drive.
How-to plane, baby.
Yeah.
Look, I think I'd come back.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a must do, especially it's a relaxed. I love the relaxed tone. How often do we get that? Hardly ever.
Never.
Sure, I'd do it again.
And you get to relax and away from the city, away from the normal routine, I think.
Away from TV.
Exactly. Away from everything that is routine. So you get to relax and just be. And that for me is great.
That was nice.
Yeah.